Okay, Leandro, let's watch it solder one of the parts. We're working on reducing the cycle time. I know that you had sent two different configuration parts. The pins are configured differently, so this is the last few of the first configuration. And right now we're running at about 14-second cycle time for the entire assembly with blow clean included. But on the second batch of parts, which we will also video a couple of them, we will try to reduce the cycle time even further. I noticed an inconsistency in the assembly of the parts. A lot of the pins are not even pressed into the fork for soldering, and so I actually did push them together to get a good fit. And the fit of these parts is going to be crucial to repeatability because of fixturing. So anyway, without further ado, let's watch it solder. Our cameraman will pan over to the actual monitor so we can get a better view of what's going on. Pretty hard to see the small component. So we'll give him a second to pan over, and then we will hit the start button, and I'll give you the cycle time as soon as we're done. So here goes. Okay, looks pretty good. We could always adjust solder amounts, and we were going to try to reduce cycle time a little further, but I think we did pretty good. We're at 12.7 seconds for the entire assembly. We'll take a brief pause, and then we'll watch it solder a couple more and try to reduce cycle time even further. Thank you. Okay, Leandro, we're going to actually run another part that was identical to the last one, but we adjusted the soldering condition in an attempt to reduce cycle time even further. It may or may not solder, but we'll actually see what happens here. We're going to give it a shot. I'm hoping that we can get it, the entire assembly in about 10 seconds now. So here goes, and we'll watch the monitor as we do it. Okay, I wasn't real pleased with the results. I think our dwell was a little bit too short there. I'm going to run one more part. We'll video it. We won't video that, but we will go back on the other parts, and I think I'm going to have to put a little more dwell back on this one. It looked like it didn't quite really, the solder didn't have enough time to flow. Not quite enough dwell. So we'll take a pause, and then we'll run some more. Thank you. Hi, Leandro. I just wanted to point something out on one of the assemblies, and we're finding this on most of the assemblies. As you can see here, that our location of our pins on these are really not into the fork, and then other times they are as much as 2 millimeters deeper. That's creating a problem with the iron when it comes down to make contact. If we program the tip close to this pin, and then on the next assembly the pin is inward more, the iron tip will come down on top of the pin and never heat our fork and get a flow to the connection. So this is something that you just have to look at and maybe try to address. A little more consistency on the assembly of these, so the location is the same. So we'll pause. I'll put in a part that looks pretty good, and then we'll solder it. Okay, Leandro, let's watch it solder one of the assemblies. It may or may not solder. I'm seeing a lot of inconsistencies in the part. One thing I wanted to suggest, and we'll try it on the next part, I do have a couple left, is we will try to put a little bit of no clean liquid flux on the connections prior to soldering. I think it may help. But let's try it without any flux, this one. So here goes. And we'll pan over, I guess, to the monitor here, and then we'll get it going. Okay, here goes. Okay, cycle time on that was 13.2 seconds. I will bag it and label it for you. It looks like one of the 4 connections did not solder well. Again, inconsistent location of the post is creating a problem. Okay, Leandro, we're going to solder one more part here for the video, and we've added a drop of Kester 951, no clean flux. Let's see if that helps at all. So here goes, and we'll watch the monitor. Okay, cycle time was 13.2 seconds, but the results were not very good on the first two posts. Again, every single part I have different locations. Okay, maybe we'll run one more and then we'll send these out to you. Thanks.